Hello, fellows. I'm Elliot. Um, and I love art. I love all art. I love all human-made creative projects and all the emotions that they convey, no matter how stupid it is. I think if somebody asked me, Elliot, what do you think the meaning of life is? And I couldn't say, oh, I don't really think there is one, I'd say it's art. Uh, and I already said, but not just paintings, not just drawings, but music, just conversations, people. That expression of emotion is so beautiful. I mean, when I want to get to know someone, I don't really care what their job is or what they do in school, right? I don't ask anyone what their job is because most people at 16 don't have jobs. But uh, I ask, hey, what, what, what do you like? What music do you enjoy? What shows do you find interesting? Games, stuff like that. Um, there's this whole thing at the moment with art, and I don't know how to feel about it. Well, it's been going on for a long time, but super popular pop music. I really hate that. You know, um, there's so much art nowadays, and I'm not going to get into AI art with AI images or music or content, which is even worse, I think. But just art that is made for money. It's it's annoying, you know. Um, ads everywhere, filling my vision. You know, I hate when I go outside and I see a massive wall covered in some advertisement for Coca-Cola or some ad where it shows like a happy family running around and it's like an ad for bleach and it doesn't make any sense. And I wish so much that we could fill those spaces with art, you know, um, whether it's crappy children's drawings or uh, um, just imagine if we had giant whiteboards instead of giant billboards, and people could just go there and then draw. It would probably be terrible. People would write some, I don't know, horrible racist things, but it would also be nice because I know that there would be people that would make interesting stuff. I think a lot about that. Maybe it's maybe it's less common now. Maybe it isn't. Maybe it's always been like this. That independent art is harder when it's not made for money. When it's not made for made by a bunch of people for the sole purpose of getting popular. But I think that even the stuff that's meant to get popular does get popular, but I don't think it's better. I think most of the time it's worse. Anyway, apart from the negative side, I used to hate books, and now I love them because I found the books that I enjoy. Um, some, great stuff, interesting stuff. 1984, that book, I think it's really well written. It explains a lot of things that I didn't fully understand before. Um, it's well written, and I feel like that kind of gets ruined for some people because you have to read that book in a lot of like English classes. It's a very common, well-known uh, a book that gets dissected in school. Um, yeah, what else is art? Food, clothes. Yeah, these clothes, they're fine. I like wearing really terrible, shitty clothes. Like when you go to a convention and then wear, um, I don't know, like a cringy cosplay. I think that's I think that's beautiful. I remember on Mufti days, I almost used to get bullied because I wore the most random stuff. I wore like pants as a vest one time, and then uh, a jumper as like baggy pants. It was great. Um, I think the time when people accept that everything's a little bit cringe, and then they start just expressing what they like, uh, and being act more outgoing, uh, more interesting, less nonchalant. Why are people nonchalant? I want a world where people are always chalant. I love chalant people. You know what? I love everybody. Even you. You're great. Um, yeah, this video had no point. I'm bored in this room, but I love music. I just listen to some music and I'm like, wow, that is some good stuff. I'm so lucky to be in a place where music exists. What are the chances? Goodbye. I'll see you again tomorrow because I do this every day.